Pops, it's December, one of the best months of the year, holiday time, the gift of giving. It feels good. Let's give the folks some good news about used car prices. How's that sound?
How far into the future do we have to go?
December 2024, used car prices start.
Prices are down.
All right, here's the deal. We got the latest data from our friends over at Black Book, the first weekly update that they provided for the month of December. We wanted to get that info into your hands. Also from Cox Automotive and Manheim, we have updated data there. Dad, the headline here, though, the headline. Well, there's kind of two. One is, what the hell is going on with vans? I'm still pissed off we never bought a used van because that thing appreciates like crazy in this market. And Dad, the real headline here, wholesale used car prices are now up over 50% for 2021. 50%.
Not bad. Not bad. Why? We should have thrown all our money into used vehicles on January 1 last year, this year, some year.
I mean, last year would have also worked just as well.
Yeah.
At any point in time.
You know, as I suspected, used car wholesale values were up again the first week in December. It hasn't changed. They were up slightly more than they were the week before, and significantly more than they were 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, so just to give some context here from Black Book, week over week, wholesale used car prices and truck prices and SUVs and vans, the whole market up 0.41%. We're going to jump into some of the segmented data. So if you're interested in seeing the chart of segmentation, like what type of SUVs appreciated the most, what type of cars appreciated the most, we'll do that here in just a moment.
So if you take a look, in 2017 to 2019, That's the
great line. That's the great line.
Whatever you say. This week, the wholesale prices were down 0.75 of a point. Okay? And that's traditional. That's the way it always worked in December, is the wholesale prices were going down. They're up 0.25 of a point this year. Okay? So, that's like what, 1.25% more than 2 years ago?
They're up more than that, Dad. They're up 0.4 of a point. We just said that.
Oh, there you have it. Yeah, I was just looking at the car segment.
So yes, no, you're making a good point though, which is seasonality is typical in automotive, i.e. fourth quarter. There's a lot of depreciation that occurs then. That being said, this year we haven't seen that seasonality. We have, however, finally seen sporty cars start to decline. But Pops, I want to hit on something here. All right? Can I hit on this, please?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Look at this chart of the Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index. It has hit a new all-time high. This chart looks fake. I mean, to be clear, this looks like fake chart, right? Like it must be like scaled wrong or something. But no, this is very real. The Manheim.
This looks like something
index,
out of the TV show The Office.
It's at 232.5. That being said, Dad, this is the power of our community. I got a lot of emails recently from people going to the auction saying that truck prices at the auctions, people are starting to back off. So I bet you we pick up on that a little bit next week in the Black Book report. But I'm hearing from some people, Jeep prices and truck prices, they're starting to back off at the auctions just a little bit. However, all the reporting doesn't indicate that yet. Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index at an all-time high. The chart here showing wholesale weekly price index, again, first time ever we've been over 50% appreciation of a used vehicle in any given year. The orange line here.
And this is 2 to 6 year old vehicles.
2 to 6 year old vehicles. The orange line here represents last year. So last year, used cars ended the year up about 15% of appreciation. The most recent normal year would have been back in 2019 when used cars, they depreciated during the year, which is a foreign concept nowadays.
Apparently.
Retail listing prices, Black Book tracks this as well. So wholesale prices are up over 50%. Retail listing prices are up nearly 34%, close to 35%. That means the same exact car that was listed for sale on Jan 1 of this year is now being sold for 34% more in the market today.
That's craziness. So if the car retailed for $10,000 January 1, today it would retail for $13,400.
Yep, exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
And Pops, it's actually, we can get let's break into some of the segmentation here. So let's start with trucks, SUVs, and vans, just week over week. in this segment, we saw compact vans increase over 2.5 points. Dad, we've been doing this for a long freaking time now. We haven't seen anything increase 2.5 points week over week. Those are your, just to give context here, your Ford Transit Connects, your Mercedes-Benz Metrises, your Ram ProMasters, your Nissan NV200s. Week over week, up 2.5%.
Well, obviously that's where we should have been investing our money, because I believe it was either 42 out of the last 44 weeks that van prices, wholesale prices, have gone up.
And to give you some more color to your comment about a $10,000 car, this is data from Manheim, which is obviously a different data set than Black Book, but they're both showing the same indications. A $10,000 van back on Jan 1, Manheim is saying is now worth $15,700. That just gives you some more context there. Like, ridiculous how certain segments of vehicles have appreciated.
Up until this past year, all of these vehicles were considered, don't tell anyone, they were considered depreciating assets. Okay, not appreciating assets. The dealers used to be able to reflect the depreciation in their inventory to help lower their tax burden. I don't know what they do now.
They make so much money it doesn't matter.
Yes, well, that part's true too.
Yeah,
they're making more money than they've ever made.
Let's look at used car prices, break down that segment really quick, Pops. We saw for the first time compact cars actually depreciate week over week. We haven't seen that in a long, long time. And those would be some of your vehicles that are kind of like rental car staples, so it's surprising to see them. I mean, and also just a cheaper price point in general. So a little bit surprising to see depreciation there. That could indicate some softening, some general softening.
Well, I think what that also could indicate is that the rental companies are taking their older rental cars to sale, the ones that have 70 to 80,000 miles on them. A lot of them could be and would be compact cars.
Yes.
And with the amount of miles that they have on them today, they wouldn't hold the value much like they have in the past.
Definitely.
I think that plays into it.
Near luxury and prestige luxury cars were the standouts here on the week-over-week segment for car prices. Near luxury being Genesis, Acura. I think those are the two big brands in that space. And your prestige luxury cars, your Mercedes-Benz vehicles, your BMWs, your Audis, etc.
Lexus.
Those are appreciating rapidly as well.
Yep, absolutely. And even sporty cars had a good week.
Yeah, which is, again, ridiculous for this time of year. We had seen depreciation among sporty cars in the past few weeks back in November, but nope, they're appreciating again.
It is 180 degrees from where it should be.
Let's take a quick peek here at what's going on at the used car auction. So Black Book tracks what's called the sales rate. So how many vehicles that actually make it on the quote-unquote block, whether it's the real block or the virtual block, are actually being sold. We're at 69% sales rate again this week, Dad, where we've been at elevated sales rates for a long time. Even though Black Book reports this, our community reports this, the vehicles are edgier and edgier, sketchier and sketchier at the auction. They're still getting sold. And that's with really high price floors as well. So people are still buying cars. It's your franchise and independent car dealers, your rental car companies. Like, people are in bidding wars at the auctions. We've had people come onto our live streams, call us on the show and say, we are buying cars from dealerships, new cars from dealerships, and then turning around and selling them as used cars at the auction and making money.
It is, as Crazy Eddie used to say, and you don't know who Crazy Eddie was, but he was an electronics retailer, and he used to say, our prices are insane. Well, in this particular case, the wholesale prices are absolutely, positively insane. The cars are edgier than they've ever been. Cars are getting sold with bad Carfaxes. The 1 and 2 year old cars with bad Carfaxes are getting sold for more than MSRP was on that vehicle when it was new. Dealerships are everybody is just spending whatever it takes to get their hands on pre-owned inventory. And my sense is that that's going to continue for the near term.
And just to provide a little bit of context here on the numbers side of things, this is actually for new vehicle loans, but it's just to give you some context here. The average amount financed in the third quarter of this year was nearly $38,000. The average monthly payment on a new car now is $615. The average loan term up to nearly 70 months. If we can get some
and the month prior, what was the average?
The quarter prior was the average loan amount financed was $35,575 monthly payment, and around 69 months for the amount the term finance. So I bring that up because what's going on in the used car market is just going to be bigger numbers there. The amount financed might be a little bit lower because we know that the average selling price or average listing price, of a used car in this market right now is about $27,000. That data comes from Manheim with over 68,000 miles on that used car. But the loan terms on these things are just getting like insane, truly insane. Crazy Eddie prices.
Yes, and just you saw almost a $3,000 jump in the amount financed in the last quarter over the prior quarter. And that's not going to that's not going down. Okay, that will only continue to go up. And the fact that the payments have gone up $40 a month I don't want to say it's staggering, but at a certain point, it's got to become unaffordable. I mean, I don't know too many people that can afford a $625 a month car payment, then pay insurance on top of it. If it's a pre-owned car, they then have to pay maintenance on top of that.
And Pops, they probably got to subscribe for their heated seats. That's at least another $12.
That'll be the future, but my point is that $625 a month probably ultimately ends up getting a lot closer to $900 a month or $1,000 a month, and that's some staggering money that gets outlaid every month by somebody just so that they can drive a car. We're not even talking gas yet.
We've got all the data back on the joinyaa.com website. Also, check out the community forum. If you're in the market, you have to buy a car right now, use the community forum, use our tools and resources back on the website. We're here to help as best we can. That's the update. That's what's going on in the month of December. Is it the December to remember? Yeah, but for all the wrong reasons. If you don't need to buy a car, Dad, what website should you go to?
StopBuyingCars.com, damn it. Oh, wait, there is no damn it on it. It's just StopBuyingCars.com.